Alright, so today we're going to do lesson 48, which is talking about the fractional part of a number and fractional equations. So, if you didn't already love fractions, we're going to have to spend a little more time with them. Okay? So, fractional equations. We've talked a lot about pies and pizzas. And if I handed you a whole pizza, you know that means one, right? One pizza. But we can also cut our pizza, right, into fifths. So that the five of us can each have one slice of pizza, right? So Destiny, I'm going to give you a slice of pizza. How much of the pizza will you get to eat? 1/5. Portia, I'm going to hand you a slice of pizza. Now between you and Destiny, how much have you eaten? 2/5, exactly, right? Pretty easy, okay? Same thing, if I gave Jamon a piece, we've eaten 3/5. Jamaica eats her piece, and then I eat mine, and the whole pizza's gone, right? 5/5. Everybody ate their slice, the pizza's gone, okay? A whole, right? But we can also say that our pizza represents more than just one, okay? If we took that pizza and said this pizza represents five pizzas. So rather than 1/1 whole, we can say that pizza is worth 5/1. We can still cut that pizza up into 5 slices, right? But that means now that this slice is worth 1/5 of 5. These two together are worth 2/5 of 5. These three together are worth 3/5 of 5. Does that make sense? So if we give the pizza a value, if you look at that picture, the whole thing, instead of being just one, we say it's worth 150, the one the book used, or 5, okay? So this piece, 1/5 of 5, of, in math words, means multiply. So 1/5 times 5, how many is this worth? 1/5 times 5? Just 1, right? So now if this whole pizza was worth 5, each piece is worth a whole 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if the whole pizza was worth 5. Does that make sense? A little bit tricky, a little bit confusing? Alright, the reason I wanted you to see that is because to think about the way that these equations are going to work, it's going to tell you something like 2/5 of 50 is what? So if we have 2/5 of 50, Shamika told me I can take that of and make him into a multiply. We can treat this the same way as we treated fractions. We can simplify first. So Jamon, what am I going to simplify here? What could I do?
Answers 10 with
5 becomes
50.
1, and 50 becomes 10. So my answer, 2/5 of 50 would be, Jamon, 20. Exactly. Okay? We said 1/5 of 5 was 1. 2/5 of 5, 2. 2/5 of 50, 20. Okay? So, just kind of generally understanding the fractional part of a number. If you think about like $1, 100 pennies, right? So if we take that number 100, we can take the fractional parts of $1 pretty easily. If we say 1/4 of $1, how many coins, equal coins, would you need to make $1? You would need 4
coins.
Which coin?
Quarters.
Quarters, right? 25 cents is a quarter. So 25 is 1/4 of $1, right? 25 cents is 1/4 of 100. If I had a $half, 50 cents is $1/2 of 100 pennies, right? Of 100, okay? 10 cents. How many dimes does it take, Destiny, to make $1? 10. So a dime is 1/10 of $1, right? Okay? So you guys can apply this in all sorts of is what those words mean. So, Jamaica told me of is a multiplication. But if I say 1/5 of 50 is 10, what does my is represent? Any ideas, Jamaica? Equals, exactly. So if I put 1/5 of 50 is 10, okay, I could pull out any of these pieces. So the way that your book labels these is the fraction they've given the letter F, the number they've given letter A, and then the second number, the answer, they've given B. So we can substitute in all of our different things. So here is something we call an equation. Okay? We can always apply this equation to fractional parts of numbers. Okay? So if we flip our page, the question asks us, 48.1, what fraction of 75 is 25? So it says what fraction, so we don't know F. That's going to be our X in this equation, or big F, okay? So what fraction of 75 is 25? So you guys are taking words and applying math signs. I need all eyes up here, please. All eyes up here. All eyes up here. Come on, paper down. Eyes up here. Paper down. Paper down. On the floor, please. On the floor, please. I did say down, but I need on the floor. Thank you. All right, so what fractional part of 75 is 25? So now, Portia, how are we going to solve for x in this equation? If it's x times 75, what are you going to need to do to get x by itself? How do we undo times 75?
25.
How do we undo times 75?
You said something times 75
This is my equation. X times
Let's
75
divide.
equals 25.
Hold up. X times 75 equals 25.
Mhm.
Y'all didn't make sense.
It's going to be a fraction. What fractional part of 75 is 25?
1 out of 4.
Well, it is not quite.
Well, 3 out of 4.
Let's figure it out. We need to figure it out mathematically, right? So how do we undo x times 75? How do we undo times? Multiplication. How do you undo multiplication?
Divide it.
You divide. So we're going to divide by what? If it's times 75, how do I undo times?
25.
Huh? We can only look at the
Well,
side.
let's
We
do
need x.
75.
75. If it's x times 75, the only way that we undo times 75 is to divide by 75. You got to undo whatever it was done to it to begin with. So, Portia, if I painted you purple, how would I undo that? I'd have to undo the purple, right?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing here. If I multiply you by 75, the only way to get you back to you is to divide by whatever I did to you originally. Okay? So think about it like that. I need x, whatever I did to x to begin with, if I multiply him by 75, I need to undo the same thing I did to him. Okay? So if we divide by 75, those cross off. I can write it a different way over here because we need a fractional part, right? So what, when we reduce 25 over 75, what do I get, Destiny? 1/3. 25 goes into 75 3 times. So 25 becomes 1, 75 becomes 3. So x is 1/3. My fractional part of 75 to get 25 is 1/3. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, let's do the next one. I need somebody to help me out. What do I need to write up here, Jamaica? For example, 48.2. 5/7 of what number is 5 over 2? Jamaica, how do I write this? Interpret the words and tell me what I need to write.
Which one are we on?
Example 48.2. I need you to follow along.
What you want me to do?
Tell me what to write up here. It tells me in words 5/7 of what number is 5 over 2. So I need you to give me that in an equation form?
5 over 7.
Okay. 5 over 7.
X.
X.
5 over
5 over 2. What's missing? Okay, but I don't have, what do we say, an important piece to every equation? It kind of involves that word equation. If you think about equation, it kind of sounds like
equals.
So for every equation, you have to have an equals in order to know what to do with it. So where does my equal sign need to go in this? Look at the words, and it tells you. You told me that there's a word that means equals. So where is that word?
Put an is in front of 5 over 2.
Put an is. You want me to write the word is?
Yeah.
We wanted symbols.
Put an
We need
equal sign.
symbols. Put an equal sign before. What did you say again? Sorry.
You already know what equal sign is.
I do. You're right. But you're this. I know. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me one more time. In front of the 5 over 2. Right here. Right. So if I have 5 over 7 times x, that's an invisible times. We can put it in, but we don't have to. How do I undo times 5 over 7? That's me. Okay? So that's the same thing as dividing by 5 over 7, right?
But we can't even divide fractions.
Exactly. We have to keep, change, and flip. So she was just a step ahead of me. Okay? So we keep, change, flip. Whatever we do to one side. So Destiny, what else do you want me to do here? And what am I going to do with those two? Multiply them. All right, Damon, help me out. Put the paper down, please. What do you want me to do? Cancel what?
5 and 5.
Cancel 5 and 5, and they'll become 1. So my answer is? Your answer is?
7
over 2. So my x is 7 over 2. Okay? Last but not least, oh, we got 2 more examples. 2 more examples. So that means Portia, tell me what I'm going to do for 5/7 of 5 over 2 is what number? 5/7 of 5 over 2 is what number? You got the easy one. Okay?
What number you
on?
What solution you on?
Huh?
What solution you on?
I want you to, example 48.3. I want you to give me what I should put up here. How are you going to solve that?
5, 2 is what number? Okay. 5, 7.
So what should I write?
5, 7.
5, 7.
Times 5, 2 equals 25 over 14.
Where in the world are you?
We say 48.3.
I want you to, that right next to 48.3, it says 5/7, so 5 over 2 is what number? I want you to read me that. How are we going to write those words into an equation?
5 over 7 times 2 over 5. That's all. That's all I know. That's right.
You tell me.
Yup, there you go. Don't look like it. No, I'm trying to think. That's why I say it's going to be 5 over 7 times 5 over 2 equals 25 over 14.
So I don't have an equals. I have an equals what? It is
25 over 14.
No, you've solved now. You're looking ahead. What does that line, all we're looking at right now is the question.
Okay.
So, I've got 5/7 times 5 over 2. What do I need to put that equal to?
5/7 of 5, 2 is what number?
Right. So what do I need to put?
5/7
Of is a multiply. Of 5 over 2
equal to 25 over 14.
No, I don't want to know the answer.
So what?
You just have to interpret the question. Right now you don't have anything unknown, right? You just have an equal sign. I don't want an answer. Remember we gave this an equation. F times A equals B. What's your unknown?
B is 25.
B. This is all I want right now. That. So now, because it's not confusing, Portia's making this more
No,
difficult than it
you're
needs to
blaming on
be.
me. Blaming
Okay?
on you.
No. If you've got an is what number, you've got an easy one. So you're just solving it. You don't have to do any algebraic rearranging or anything. That literally means just solve this equation. Looks a little different than like our first one.
Yeah, but this B was the answer 25 over 14.
But if it looks like this, you got to do some rearranging, right? If it looks like this, you still have a variable, but you get to just solve. It's already set up for you.
So you wanted to know the letter.
I wanted to know the equation that question asks us, which is this here, okay? So now, because your equation is already set up with your variable in the answer spot, your job is easy. So Portia, what's the answer? B equals
25 over 14.
25 over 14, okay? This is what you said for me to write originally. That's why that's gone.
Oh,
Okay?
I didn't say right 50 cents. I said
You wrote 5-7. Now, there's no over. You said 5-7. So I wrote 5 and I wrote 7. That's why words are important. I just wrote what I heard. Okay? So 5 over 7 is the right way to say that. Okay? Alright, so Damon, I need you to do the same thing for me for 48.4. I need you to look at that algebraic sentence and interpret that into symbols and numbers for me on the board. Or I'll write it onto the board, but you tell me what to put. It says, what number is 7/9 of 450? I don't want the answer. Quit giving me the answer, people. We just have to interpret the question right now. Okay? 7 over 9. Portia. I'm talking to you. Of 450.
You got another card?
No. I'm not done. I have no equation here.
Oh,
No, I still have no equation. I need you to look at Portia.
oh, you got B.
I hear you. I forgot
B.
B. So what do I need to put?
B.
Where?
Right there.
Beginning, end, middle? Beginning. Okay? B. Still not quite there yet. What else is missing? You need to actually look at the question.
Equal sign.
An equal sign. Where does that go?
Middle.
Where?
Right.
Behind the B.
Front.
Front of the B.
No, the other way. No, the other way.
The other way. So it's behind. Between B and 7 over 9. Okay, good. So if we look at this question, it says what number? B is what number? Is 7 over 9 of 450. Okay, so you've taken the whole question and given me the whole equation. Alright, so Destiny, take us home. What is 7 over 9 of 450?
Where's this up here?
Oh.
How'd you get that? What'd you do? Canceled. What am I canceling? Becomes? 450 becomes? Ladies and gentlemen, Destiny is talking right now, you're not. Destiny. 50. So my answer, 350. So B is 350. Okay? You have 3 practice problems. I need to see those practice problems. A, B, and C. Do them, show them.